This video explains about the principles in hospital facilities and services planning. So planning is very important because a failed plan is a waste of time and it results in devastating effects, and poor planning can have a very bad impact on the design and construction of healthcare facilities. Despite the best intentions of providing healthcare to a growing market, the importance of infection control, staff efficiency, hospital workflow, as well as patient safety and comfort are to be given due care. Problems arises when the design is not done by the experienced team or when the structure is not built to the specific needs of the healthcare facility. So this video explains the following hospital planning tips where you can do a better healthcare designing. Let us move one by one. So first one, we are discussing about the emergency. The emergency service, we all know that it is always given at once the care when the patient comes to an hospital. So it should be located on the ground floor to ensure immediate access. And there should be a separate entrance to the emergency room, and because that facilitates the a quick movement of patient to an immediate medical care. And the surgical services that should be located and arranged so that prevents a non-related traffic, and any critical care areas and any CSSD that should be very nearby to the operating room for any easy and immediate access. And critical area that should have walls and partitions that results in a very better infection control, because when you compare to the critical areas, we normally partition the beds with the curtains, normally minimum 120 square feet per bed that has to be provided as per the norm. And when we discusses about the obstetrics, right, gynecology and obstetrics, the department should be located in a close proximity to the nursery, and that it should be easily accessible from the post delivery room. And inpatient ward, the nursing station of the inpatient areas that should be located, so that gives a permissible visual observation of the patient. So any emergency, the nurses can immediately give a care, the needed care to the patient. And all inpatient rooms and wards that should have a sufficient size, so allowing efficient workflow and the patient movement. And when we are discussing about the dietary preparation area, that should be segregated area away from the patient's care area. And this is about the radiology. And the radioactive department, normally it is ideal to keep it in the basement. What happens when you keep it in the basement? You can save the money that you are going to provide on shielding. So normally only 5 sides that need shielding when it comes to a basement area. And the adequate area should be provided when it comes to furniture and equipment storage. And there should also be an adequate space for the patient attendant waiting areas in different departments, and that should be provided for every department. There should be a waiting area for the patient, so that should have a sufficient seating capacity, and there should be adequate space for the movement of the patients. And essential services like housekeeping that should be provided for each department. And service floor shall be placed as per the provisions of National Building Code and convenience of the hospital, that you should have seen on the OT floors. And when it comes to a toilet, the handicap toilet shall be provided on each floor, so the handicapped patients, physically challenged patients can have a easy access. And all toilet doors shall be opened from outside. And staircases and elevators, it has to be provided at a distance of 22.2 meter from each other, and that has to be strictly followed on each floor. And when you are planning for the pneumatic tube systems, the planning for the pneumatic tube system for sending and receiving drugs and blood samples, any reports, that actually saves time, and that results in a very good better operations. And corridors, you should have a sufficient space for the easy movement of the patients, whenever they are using a wheelchair or they are using a stretchers. And maintenance department, main panel room, main fold room, vehicular movement and other areas using motors and heavy metals, that should be located outside the MRI exclusion zone. And there should be a proper signage on each floor. Each department shall be provided for the easy patient and visitor circulations. So there is no architectural design specifically provided in the field of healthcare architecture, and 100% error free if an architectural design, if it is provided for any planning, that itself a great achievement. So whenever you design architectural design for hospital planning, you should always keep in mind that you need to achieve an healing environment, right? That will minimize any errors that happens when you are providing a healthcare to the patients. So possible that everyone should follow the fundamentals of hospital design, and designing should allow indeterminacy, which is the architectural principle that enables the building to grow with the order and that change with calm. See, any hospital that is being designed, hospital is always has the scope for the expansion. So that you should always keep in mind when you design the hospitals, right? Thank you.